Welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. This is Jason with CasualT Gaming. We are coming back where we picked up, where we left off on the last episode, Frisco and Gilbert. Now, it was a little short-sighted of me to put just a terminus station here, and I don't want between Frisco and Gilbert because there's a lot of traffic between these two towns. I don't want to try to add another train line onto these tracks either because they are super busy. There's three different trains coming through this Gilbert exchange to pick up construction materials. So I have two options as I see it. I can run a line this way, south of everything, dodge the Gilbert train depot, which we may or may not be able to do in time to turn back into the Gilbert train station, or go north of the road and then kind of pop back in and join up with this line over here. I don't think we have any open passenger terminals. We do have an open cargo terminal, which is not going to help us right now. My thought is, well, first off, let's go ahead and add in our new platform for the passengers because we know we're going to need one over here. We also know we're not joining up with this track, but we do want the ability to use this depot to bring our new train in. So that's going to be that connection, and then I will split it out. At this point, I think we're going to try to take advantage of this station that exists already and put our train station right here. And in order to do that, we're going to go south of the... We're going to go south of this. There we go. I like that. That's a good route. And we can save a little bit of money. By climbing ever so slightly in elevation all the way down. Okay, now let's start with blowing all that up. And we are going to put in a passenger terminus, one high-speed rail, 240. We are also going to address this terminal situation because we don't need this extra terminal on the end. Because what'll happen is when we switch this tram over to only being two trams, when we get rid of the bus line, we'll have plenty of room there. So how do we want to do this? I think what we're going to do is just build it out here, parallel to the river to start. And then we'll put in a road where people can walk between there and there. So a little silly, I have to admit, but it's going to work for us. This Frisco Gilbert bus is going to go away. And we are instead going to funnel everyone over to our train. Okay. New line from Gilbert to Frisco. And we know there's demand on that line, so we're going to go ahead and pick up a 4-car. And we're going to pick up the slightly faster one since it will actually be the only thing on this line. And we'll say go. We may need to upgrade this construction train, which can do 47, but it's in very bad condition. Nope. We're trying to replace. And yeah, we want something with a lot of pulling power because we need to move a lot of stone. And where are you exactly? Oh, you're just now on your way back, and we've already got a full station waiting for you with 193 stone on it. Okay. Well, we definitely want you to move it. All right, so wow, we got 7 passengers there. Gilbert's only got a bus right now, so we're gonna upgrade Gilbert to a tram. And we'll, in order to do that, we will need a tram depot. All right. Sorry for my silence there. Trying to think whether or not I'd done everything correctly. It looks like I have. We finally got this Frisco to Gilbert line running. It's not profitable at the moment, and it might be because it's too short of a distance. But I think we'll also just give it a little bit of time. I don't think that there have been as many passengers on it as we could have hoped for. Yeah, so we're making 400,000 for. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut one car off of this and get some of our money back and reduce our running costs. All right. So Frisco Gilbert is now my least profitable. Frisco Nashville ship we're just going to get rid of because it's absolutely useless. Now that we have our trains and they can just connect through Gilbert. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and delete the docks. This map only has this one river through the middle, which is unfortunate because it really limits our ability to have multiple shipping lines. Yeah, I know you wanted to go here, but you really didn't. Let's put in one more tram stop for this Nashville West. We don't really need it. Nashville East definitely is the direction the city is growing in. All right. So, having done some optimization up here, again, trams, I understand, are going to take a little while to get fired, sped up, especially with the loop that they're making and bringing people in and out of this tram station. We are getting some pretty good bonuses to city size based on destination availability. New Orleans tram. Yeah, so I'm expecting our trams to be kind of our money losers, but they feed our train system, which are the money makers. So, having said that, let's jump over here to our last southern connection, which is Independence and Anaheim, and we're going to try to do it out of Terminal 4. So, we have Terminal 4 here, and Anaheim is there. So again, let's make our angled turn right at the station. And that way we can kind of go ahead and start running as straight a line as possible to maximize our speed that we can keep. Tunnels are okay. Tunnels don't cost you speed. Bridges cost you speed. So we would like to avoid bridges if possible. All Alright, and as we approach Anaheim, let's take a look at this city. Let's take a look at what we have. We've got a new tram, which is nice. We might be able to use that. And we've got a new train. And a couple of trucks. If we look at Anaheim, we are very fortunate once again. We are going to put in a regular station, and it's going to go this way. And yes, I am going to cut off their main line, whatever they call it. Main connection, that's what they call it. I'll build you a new main connection. Alright, so passenger station with 2 tracks, just in case I decide to ever go up to Nashville. And we'll do it pretty much north-south. And we'll come in here with our passenger station. And our streets with electric. And let's put in some tram stops. This was a significantly more elaborate tram network than I was planning. But it will work. We have the cash. It's a slightly faster tram, but it carries more people. So we are going to use this for our Anaheim tram. And I did promise I would rebuild their country road network. There you go. You can go that way. And let's finish off our track now. I cannot remember. Did I use the left track or the right track? I used the left track. So let's bring our right track along as well. Oh. Hate it when that happens, where they kind of become separated like that, and then yeah, it makes it a lot better if we can keep them this touching parallel. Because what it means is that you've kind of guaranteed yourself the ability to get the track through. All right, so we're going to take to the left terminal. Oh, I didn't want this bridge because look at that. Slows us down to 56. Ay, that's no good at all. That's what we want. Full speed. speed ahead. All right. Anaheim, Independence. And do we have any faster? Nope, we still only have 62. So we want to find something that'll do at least 62. It's kind of silly because that train has no engine. That train does. All right, let's go ahead and get that one running as well. We got a nice group of people waiting for the New Orleans train. That's wonderful. We will figure out whether or not, and we do not need to put a second train on that line yet. There's only 28 people coming back from New Orleans, and there's only 38 people waiting to go down. So we definitely do not need a train right now for that. We are operating profitably, so that's wonderful. We have nobody here in Independence yet who wants to go to Anaheim, on the train anyway. There are a few people who do want to go to Anaheim though, so we are going to start to see that traffic pick up. That's wonderful news. And I believe that accomplishes one of our goals. Our big goal is all of our cities are now connected north and south of that river. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in one heck of a train from Independence, weaving, tunneling maybe even under this river. I'm not 100% sure. We may not have a choice but to go over via bridge. And then that gets us here into Corpus Christi, which is at 3:30, but should have a total of 3:44. Or Washington, which should be at 5:37 and going up. Now, what's interesting is we have construction materials here. And we actually have a lot of them, and we are unable to deliver all of them at this point. So let's find out what we can do about that. 13 with 74, 12 with a 71. Let's swap those out and get 2 more. So we are getting that cargo from down south, our bricks up to here, up to Corpus. And Corpus is growing and does want more of it. So, we don't have enough, I don't think, at this. I mean, I've tried many different ways to grow this one, to grow this shipment number. Consumers... Corpus is getting 59%, Gilbert's getting 100% of what they're getting, Nashville is getting 65% and getting 98%. So Nashville and Corpus are getting the bulk of it. Corpus Christi wants some as well, and is not getting enough, which I think is fairly obvious, but I don't know why it's so slow to transport. And then obviously if I plug in Washington, D.C. via this train line, I'm not even sure what would happen, because Washington's going to want construction materials as well, but can this plant supply it? I don't know. Let's make sure that the Corpus Christi demand is being met, and it mostly is. This drop-off is covering most of the city already, so I think we're in, well, minus those few buildings over there, so we might actually need to move this. Might actually need to move this truck stop, and we'll Actually, further over would be better. And yes, it's a further drive, but it allows us to cover more of the city. Oh wow, Bellevue. There's quite a few people waiting to go to Bellevue. And there's the train right there, so we'll pause it real quick so that we can make our adjustments. And even with that adjustment, I think we need another train on the Bellevue line. Which train is that? That looked like it was the Russian S-Class, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. It is. And Corpus Christi is definitely a big train hub now, which is wonderful. And it gives its people all sorts of places to go. Oh, Newport News. I could swear Newport News was connected in with a train. And it is. There's just nobody ready to ride on it because it just left the station. Well, she can do 62. Whether or not she's going to is a whole other story. Looks like she can do 62. But again, not 100. It's going to take a little while to get there. In the meantime, we still have almost 200 people who want to go to Bellevue. What is in Bellevue? Well, I guess Bellevue does connect you through to Tampa, so if you live in Tampa, you don't have a choice. But people want to go back to Corpus Christi as well via this line. So Corpus Christi may actually be a target for our super high-speed line, but right now I'm still planning on it going through Washington and potentially building a new high-speed only station over here, like Shinkansen station over there. That will put a lot of demand on this Corpus Christi hub to feed Washington, which is the only reason why, again, I might change my mind and put it down here in Corpus Christi somewhere. Let the Washington traffic that wants to go south feed through, and then go from there. Well, I think we're in pretty good shape. We're going to go ahead and just pay off the rest of this loan. Mostly so we don't have to think about it anymore. We are in really good shape as it stands with finances. We're 70 million in the positive and growing. I am going to do one thing before we end this episode. I am going to put down our headquarters building. And I think I'm going to, yeah, you know what? I'm going to end up putting the Shinkansen train here in Corpus Christi. And I want my corporate offices to be near that. So let's put it right. Let's put it right here. It'll be the first thing people who come in to town get to see. And we have a score of 15, which I'm not even sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be perfectly honest with you. So we will put in. I complained about all of those maintenance fees and costs earlier, and here I go randomly building a terminal station for when the train becomes available, and I'm going to be paying for all the maintenance costs on it for a long time until the train does become available. But I want to make sure that the city doesn't accidentally, so to speak, grow into what I want. Okay, so we have train cars that'll move up to 75 miles an hour, and that will be the first thing we start upgrading on the next episode of Transport Fever 2. Thank you for watching. This is Jason with CasualT Gaming. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.